Next month, for the 8th time, the game of golf's greatest will again convene here in Tulsa to compete for a major championship.
Isn't it amazing, the history we have of golf in Oklahoma? I mean, you look at a state of 4 million people, and then we've got this incredible legacy of major championships here in Tulsa, and who else has that?
So how exactly did Southern Hills become one of golf's most historic venues?
I like to think of it as there's 3 pieces to the puzzle.
Club historian Clyde Chrisman says it all started with the vision of the club's founding members.
Who in the middle of the Depression took the risk to try to build a country club, but they were forward-looking.
It was made possible by the generosity of that oil baron with a heart, Wade Phillips.
He didn't really want to finance the thing, but he said, if you guys can raise some money to develop it, I'll give you the land.
And on that 330 acres of land, the genius of golf course architect Perry Maxwell put on display.
We've got a letter that he sent to one of the founders that said, if you boys ever let me on that Phillips land, I'll build you a golf course on which you can hold a national championship. Pretty bold.
The club would hold its first championship in 1946. The winner of that U.S. Women's Amateur, maybe America's greatest female athlete ever, Babe Zaharias.
It's nice to have that champion here. And she squeaked by. She only won 11 up with 9 to go. So it was close.
Then in 1958, with the help of founding member John Winters, who was a USGA chairman, Southern Hills would host its first major.
The 58th U.S. Open was played at Southern Hills under blazing heat and high winds, causing some to call it the Blast Furnace Open.
Won by Oklahoma native Tommy Bolt.
Supposedly, tees off, first hole, number 1. Very difficult hole back in 58. He birdies the first hole of the tournament. Turns around, looks at the clubhouse and says, okay, boys, who's going to finish second?
Bolt pocketed $8,000 for that victory. This year, the winner at Southern Hills is going to make more than $2 million. Much has changed in 64 years, but again and again, the world's best come back here to play for one of the game's most coveted prizes.